All right, man. We got a Vlad TV interview with Charlamagne the God. It says Charlamagne, Drake security told me Drake paid them to beat me up if they saw me. I remember, I think I made a video about that earlier, but this is a new video. So, because I think he said that on the Breakfast Club. So now Charlamagne is on Vlad TV to talk about the situation.
All right, here we go. The mighty return of Charlamagne. Back on Vlad TV.
What's up, my brother? How are you, man?
I'm good, man. You're my original repeat guest.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking about that the other day when you did Breakfast Club. I'm like, damn, how long have I been doing Vlad? Since like 09?
Yes, it's pretty much the beginning.
Yeah, like 08, 09.
It's pretty much when we started. I mean, I think like Jamar was probably my second repeat guest, but you were my first.
Yeah, because I remember coming here the day I got fired from radio in Philadelphia.
Yeah, so before the Breakfast Club, you were doing Vlad TV.
Absolutely.
Before Wendy Williams, I was featuring you on mixtapes.
Yes, before Wendy Williams, you definitely was putting me on the beef mixtapes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think people don't realize how far it is we go back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And this is why, like, people like always wonder like the falling out and everything else like that. You know, that was based on some comments you made about me on the Joe Budden show. And I remember it really hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, this wasn't just professional. It was like we were actually friends. We celebrated a birthday together.
A few times.
Yeah.
A few times.
Yeah, man.
Like, that's so far I was thinking about. I was thinking about that today too. I'm like, damn, yo, me and Vlad used to do birthday parties together. Now I don't even like to go outside.
We gotten too famous, man.
No, those were good times. Like back then, that was like, I don't want to say the early stages of anything because it was like all of us were just getting our footing. But think about who used to be there. It used to be like Q from World Star, God bless the dead. Like, you know,
RIP.
so like people like that used to be at our birthday party. I was just thinking how much.
You was at that birthday party,
Yeah,
right?
because Q used to come to every birthday party we did. We used to come. I think we did. You and me did 2 of them together.
Yeah, I think so.
But when I first started Breakfast Club, I did like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And it was me and Melody Iglesias because her birthday was in June. I think your birthday was the 27th? 28th. Mine's the 29th.
Exactly.
And I don't know if I think Q just used to pull up because he used to fuck with us.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to think like, man, Q not even with us. You're not even with us no more.
Take care of your health, man. You can't be that heavy.
Take care of your health.
You can't be that heavy and think you're going to be around. You know, when I interview people like Dave Blunts or Faison,
Absolutely.
like I talk to him about that on camera and off camera. Because, I mean, we've seen too many people gone. Imagine how big Pun would be right now if he survived.
Oh, man. Absolutely.
Be massive.
Absolutely.
Be absolutely massive.
Absolutely.
But we have a lot to talk about. And what's interesting, I didn't know about this until I actually started doing the research around it. Because you and Drake have always had a funny relationship.
And this platform has contributed to a lot of that
Yes.
funny relationship.
Yeah, last time we talked about one of the things you said was like, there's gay, there's straight, there's Drake.
Hilarious.
Yes, bars. What I didn't realize, and this sometimes happens in our line of work, was that you actually ran into a couple security guards who said, and these guys used to be Drake security guards, and according to them, Drake had put a green light on you.
Absolutely.
That said that, he said that when they see you, to fuck you up, and he'll cover all the expenses and pay them and whatever else. This is true.
This is a fact. We was at the iHeartRadio Music Festival. I really cannot remember what year it was, but I know that these guys, they were doing security for G-Eazy at the time. I can't remember their names, but I remember how they looked, and they were like massive. Like,
monsters.
Oh man, I mean, if you're trying to put on like a show, like those are the guys that you want around you. You know what I mean? And they look like they get busy, like they put in some work. And I remember, one of them just came up to me and we just started having a conversation. He told me, he was just like, man, you don't even know. Like, back in the day, it was a go for you. Like, if you, like we had, instructions. Like, when you see him, do whatever it is you got to do and don't worry about it. And I'm like, what? And then that's when they told me they used to, do security for Drake. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I've never been delusional. I'm not a delusional person. I'm not one of those people that gets in front of the...
See, and that's what Drake talking about. Don't make me catch a body. No, don't, nigga. So that's what he do. He got all these people around him that actually, put in work. And then, he just sit back and just pay people off. But, this is why people don't like Drake, because he be doing this shady stuff like this.
Camera, gets on the microphone and acts like, there's not a cost to everything that comes out of my mouth. I think that we live in this era where people think free speech is free. It's not. Every single word that comes out of your mouth, there's a cost to it. And you got to be willing to ask yourself, are you willing to pay that price?
Well, yeah, I mean, the speech is free, but the consequences are not.
Never. Like, you got to be held accountable
with the consequences.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. Like, it's weird to me when I watch, like, folks that have the YouTube shows and, the podcasts, the streamers, whoever it is, and they really think that there's such thing as going too far or telling somebody how to react. Like, you have to know every single time you say something, there's going to be a consequence. That consequence isn't always violence. That consequence might be a lawsuit. That consequence might be somebody reporting your page, getting your page taken out, whatever it is.
True.
That just lets you know that free speech is not free. There's a price to every word that comes out of your mouth.
That is true. That is true. That is part 1. I don't know why he did part 2, but let's just play both of them. But that was part 1. This is part 2.
Got caught up with Drake over comments you made on my show as well. We talked about this as well. Like, when I was in New Orleans, like 2023, like Chubbs ran up on me, essentially over comments you made on my platform. He was basically saying, like, that's on you too. Luckily, I had my Navy SEAL security stepping, in between, but it was looking like we were about to get surrounded.
Chubbs about to crash something?
It wasn't just Chubbs. It was like there's a bunch of Dream Chasers dudes around, and this was back when Drake and Meek Mill were cool because Meek was there as well. And it was like it was looking like it was about to be a bad situation.
I don't like that though, and I don't like when people are upset at the platform.
Yes.
The platform had nothing to do with it. Like the person who went on the platform and said what they said, that's who your issue is with.
I was so pissed off.
Facts. When people just get mad at the platform instead of the person who said it, they just want a reason just to go at you. They just see that this is an opportunity to be mad at you. So if someone comes on the Breakfast Club and says something about Drake then gets mad at the Breakfast Club instead of the person who said it. It's like, what? Hold on. I didn't say what you mad about. Oh, but it happened on your platform. Like, man, nah, we ain't doing that. You're not about to dictate who comes on my platform. If you mad at somebody, be mad at the person who says it. Big facts.
Off over that, because had it been more of a regular conversation, I would have pulled out my phone and said, look at how many Drake articles we've written about you that are positive. Like literally hundreds by that point. So you mean to tell me that we do hundreds of positive articles about you? I got one guy that had a couple jokes and now we got beef? Like seriously?
It would make more sense if he tried to press you and he said, stop putting Charlamagne on your platform. But to press you as if, your platform is the reason that, I was making the jokes, that's ridiculous. That's like that's literally like running up on Angela Yee and Envy, which he kind of did though. No, he kind of did. We was in Houston. I wasn't there. This was years ago. And they was in Houston and he ran up on Angela Yee and Envy. I'm not gonna say it was a run up, but he came up with a bunch of guys and was like, where's the third musketeer at? That's literally what he said. Where's the third musketeer?
Yeah, well, you know what happened after they confronted me over that interview?
What?
I did more interviews with you. Talking about Drake.
Man, I used to give Drake hell.
I'm backing down for this. Fuck all that.
I used to give Drake hell, man. And it's funny because it's just like, I've always liked when Drake raps. I've never liked when he sings. And I never liked the tough guy image, And he started doing the tough guy thing on his second album. Remember, it was the he be in the video with the hoodies on and the gloves. And I said that here, he looked like he had a crew with him that looked like they would just run up in H&M and steal everything, like a flash mob. And it's like, all of that, and it's like funny now because that's a lot of the stuff that Kendrick said about him all of these years later. That kind of stuck.
What's that Kendrick line? I like
Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he acts tough.
That one.
Off Euphoria. Euphoria, one of the greatest diss records of all time. I know Not Like Us, is the one that is the monster, massive hit everywhere. You're going to hit Not Like Us on Kickbox CD. But Euphoria, when you listen to Euphoria and you listen to every single bar in Euphoria, that is literally one of the greatest diss records of all time. And I got Not Like Us as my number one diss record of all time. Not necessarily because of the substance of it, just because of how massive and huge it was and the impact that it had, but Euphoria is absolutely one of the greatest diss records of all time.
Big facts on that. And so that's funny. So not only did Drake have a green light on Charlamagne the God, he also ran up on DJ Academics and Angela Yee looking for Charlamagne. So I'm not surprised at all. I actually believe it. Sounds believable. You know what I mean? Sound like something Drake would do. Because Drake ain't going to do nothing. He not going to come press you. He going to have somebody else to do it. No, don't do it. Please don't do it. Shut up, man. You ain't no tough guy. But anyway, man, make sure y'all leave a comment down below. Charlamagne giving his story, how Drake tried to put the green light on him and pulled up on DJ Envy and Angela Yee looking for him.